everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Caitlin Mancini and I'm an artist. I mostly make paintings and drawings, and honestly I've been creating art for as long as I can remember. To give you a little bit of a background on me, I graduated from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago back in 2012 with a BFA in painting and drawing. Since then, art has taken me on some pretty amazing adventures, including going to South Korea to paint a mural. That's actually where I met my husband. Story for another time. Fast forward to today, and I have 2 kids now. My son will be 1 this month, and my daughter will be 3 later this year. So I'm making art, and I have a family, and hi. Between balancing mom life and studio life, I'm starting this channel to share my art with you, post step-by-step tutorials, and teach you practical techniques I've picked up over the years. I also wanted to share some of my favorite art supplies that I use. This is for making gouache paintings. I also make acrylic paintings and oil paintings, but for right now I'm going to show you the things that are my favorite for making my gouache paintings. So to start, I've got gouache. These, I have so many different colors, but let's go with, here is an example. So this is Holbein gouache. You can use whatever gouache you want, but I found that this gouache is very pigmented and moves nicely, and it just dries very beautifully. So gouache, okay. And then I like to use pencil to sketch. I'll usually erase a little bit after I sketch, that way it's light and it doesn't show through the gouache, but I usually use a 2B pencil, and this is the Mars Lumograph pencils. You can get them at Blick or maybe some other places. Okay. For sharpener, for that pencil, I have been using this for years. It's the, so you can see it's faded. This is the Faber-Castell, and it's like got multiple, I can get it open, sections inside where you can sharpen the colored pencils or regular pencils, etc. You're going to want some erasers. You can use your classic pink pearl, but I've got like this latex eraser, and then I got this from the Crystal Bridges Museum of Art when I went there with my husband a few years ago. It looks like a paint palette. Anyways, it's a white kind of eraser, and I feel like it works great on the paper. I like to use arches. This is the best for painting gouache or watercolor. So you know, it's right here. So this is another one of my paintings I'm working on, but we can look at that another time. You can see you can sketch on it nicely. The paper is good. Okay, so it's a block, so you're gonna have to separate each piece as you go. Okay. You're gonna want some of this tape. Okay. As you can see, I got it from Blick, but you can get it at other places. You can use this to make your border. Okay. Now I have a jar for water. Okay. And then I've got, of course, paintbrushes, all different kinds. So you can choose whichever paintbrush you feel works best for you. But those are just some of the supplies. Oh, forgot. I also use palette paper. So, okay, so yes, I got this at Blick, but that's my favorite store for all my art supplies. This is great because you can just use a piece, and when you're done, you can either put I like to put another piece over it to save the paint for later. Especially gouache, you can just re-wet it, but if you don't want to, you can just have a new piece. So palette paper, much easier. Okay, those are some of the supplies that I use for when making a gouache painting that I really like the best. And here's my studio setup with my easel, a painting I'm currently working on, my paintbrushes, my butterfly garden painting, my gouache, my tape to mask out the edges of the paintings, and all of the supplies that I have in my cabinet, which I'd be happy to show you. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see a full supply review and what I have in my studio.